Set your house in perfect order before you criticize the world. Compare yourself to who you were yesterday, not to who someone else is today. Tell the truth or, at least, don't lie. Stand up straight with your shoulders back. No tree can grow to heaven unless its roots reach down to hell. People suffer because of the evil they tolerate. Treat yourself as if you were someone you were responsible for helping. To love means to be willing to negotiate the inevitable conflict that arises between your goals and the goals of your partner and children. You should take care of, help and be good to yourself the same way you would take care of, help and be good to someone you loved and valued. Happiness is a pointless goal. Struggle is the meaning of life. The things that are necessary to sustain you are the things you have to do to avoid hell. The purpose of life is finding the largest burden that you can bear and bearing it. If you can't even clean up your own room, who the hell are you to give advice to the world? In order to be able to think, you have to risk being offensive. There is no faith and no courage and no sacrifice in doing what is expedient. The more responsibility you take on, the richer and deeper your life will be. Meaning is what emerges when you take responsibility for everything in your life. We are not who we think we are not what we say we are. We are what we do. The truth is something that burns, it burns off deadwood, and people don't like having their deadwood burnt off, often because they're 95% deadwood. To stand up straight with your shoulders back is to accept the terrible responsibility of life, with eyes wide open. Treat yourself like you would someone you are responsible for helping. The purpose of life is not happiness, but to live a life of meaning. Make at least one thing better every single place you go. The person who has emerged from hell is not the same person who went in. If you don't say what you think, then you kill your unborn self. You should act as if God exists. Life is suffering, but that doesn't mean it's only suffering. A person cannot be too careful in the choice of his enemies. You should never sacrifice what you could be for what you are. You're going to pay a price for everything you do and everything you don't do. You don't get to choose to not pay a price. You don't get to choose not to pay a price. You either pay a price for your disciplined life, or you pay a price for your undisciplined life. If you don't have a goal, you're comparing yourself to other people. Pursue what is meaningful, not what is expedient. You're not as nice as you think you are. Beware of unearned wisdom. The great ideas have come at the top of the bloodiest stories. There's a personality trait known as agreeableness. Agreeable people are compassionate and polite. And agreeable people get paid less than disagreeable people for the same job. Women are more agreeable than men. The idea that women were oppressed throughout history is an appalling theory. Abortion is clearly wrong. It is more difficult to rule yourself than to rule a city. I don't tell people, you're okay the way that you are. That's not the right story. The right story is, you're way less than you could be. No one gets away with anything, ever, so take responsibility for your own life. If you learn a martial art, you learn to be dangerous, but simultaneously, you learn to control it. Don't lie about anything, ever. Lying leads to hell.